Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, the title of this video is I wished this game was better. And the game that I'm talking about here is for Adventure Bar Story. This was actually a 3DS port onto the Nintendo Switch. It came out in 2024 and it's by Right On Japan. And I don't know what to say about it. Okay, so I'm going to start off this before I just start trashing the game. And I'm going to come out and say this. It isn't a bad game. I just kind of thought it was going to be better. And so let me just start off by saying like the good things about the game. The premise of the game is that you are going and trying to save your sister's bar from being taken over by the rich idiot, whatever whatever euphemism you want to do for the bad guy in here. He's just a jerk, and he's wanting to kind of a sleazeball, whatever, and he's wanting to take over your bar, which is actually your house and everything that you. I don't know how many generations they said that thing, but you're at least there for your parents. So that's the very premise of it. You start off, so you're wanting to save the bar. And so how you're having to save the bar is going to dungeons, which aren't like your typical dungeons. They're just kind of like pre-rendered, like already determined areas that you have to go through. And then there's resources that are kind of randomized throughout it every single time you go in. And so you're just going in and you're gathering up these resources. You're getting into random encounter fights, which are turn-based. Well, kind of turn-based. There's like a little action bar at the very bottom that kind of determines like your order. So you can have a differentiate between who it is you want to attack for multiple enemies. That's another thing. But so, and then you gather these resources. You come back to the bar, cooking meals, and selling the meals to the customers, kind of getting up your reputation and getting more money to be able to buy for resources and everything else in the game. So that's the basic premise of this game. It's got RPG elements that you kind of go through and do in the daytime, and then it's like a bar management sim type game for the day or for the night. And so the concept itself seems very not exactly unique, because I've seen other games that have had it, but it can be fun because I really liked this other game here. It's called Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom. This was like a hidden gem for me, and I absolutely loved my time with the game. And this seems almost exactly like that. So I was expecting it to be kind of similar in those aspects. Something else that was great, there's so many different recipes that you can figure out and try to find for whenever it is that you're trying to cook. And you're not having to just completely guess on what the recipes are. They kind of give you like little hints that you can actually talk to NPCs, and then they'll give you a hint. They might give you like a certain ingredient that would go into for certain recipes, but they aren't complete. They'll have like question marks for other ingredients for you to try to add in. And there's also like different like utensils for how you're going to cook it. Are you going to use your bare hands? Do you have to use a knife? Do you have to use a blender? Do you have to use the oven? And the combinations for everything are very they're varied. And there's just so many of them. I think there's like over 300 recipes for you. So that is actually something that was like seemed very intriguing. Also, the fact that you don't get experience points in the same way as you do in your traditional RPGs, JRPGs. While you're fighting the monsters, they do not give you the XP. The experience points you get is from cooking the recipes, and then you eat them. So you have to actually eat what you're cooking to get XP. And so you have to manage how whenever it is that you're cooking a bunch of stuff, trying to use up all your resources, how much is it that you want to eat to try to level up your characters versus putting in your menu at your restaurant to be able to try to sell and to boost your bar's reputation. And something else that was actually good about this game was the art style that they have on it for the anime-ish, for your actual character portraits. I really like that. And the pixelated kind of art style that they actually have for like the rest of the game, for as you're exploring, it's kind of like got that top-down view, so you can actually see everywhere it is that you're wanting to go, people to talk to, and everything else like that. I don't mind that either, and it's great. Like I said, it's very similar to the Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom, and the music for all the areas that I went to, it seems like it works really well. There's nothing like super like jarring that's going to kind of take you out of the game. I mean, it seems like they fit for the areas. So that was something that was really good too. And the characters that I've met, because I haven't met them all, they have like their own little kind of quirks. They're not like the best well-rounded characters like you would get in like the AAA JRPGs or anything, but they don't seem like they're bad characters or anything else like that. And now, so before I get into the bad things about this game or the things that I didn't like, just like to say thank you to all of you for the old and the new subscribers. Thank you for all the likes, the comments. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I read every single comment, try to respond to you all, and it all just makes my day so much better. I mean, everything that's going on, and just being able to see the views and to respond to y'all's comments just kind of takes me out of everything else that's going on that might be going wrong for that day. And so I can't thank you all enough for that. So if you do like this kind of content, please do throw a like on this video. Check out some of the other videos, even if this one isn't your bag of, like, your cup of tea, something that you might find more interesting, like on one of the other videos. And if you are someone new, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, helping me just to reach my goal. I know that with all y'all's help and support that I can get there. Help me to stay motivated to keep trying to put out more content. Or maybe if you don't want me to make any more content, just comment, hey, you suck. Or no, I'm joking. Don't do that. Please don't. That would actually just ruin my day and cause me to block you. But just, I don't know what to say other than just thank you all so very much for everything you do for me. So that away, we're going to get right back into this video. Where the faults that I do have in this are, okay, so I've encountered it a couple of times. Not like a whole lot, but it was enough that I noticed it. It was like maybe 3 or 4 times I saw it, in which for the translations where there were like the sentence structure was not very right, and there was like a word that was like misspelled. Like I'm trying to think of what the word was off of the top of my head, but I believe it was something that was supposed to have been plural, and so it didn't have the S, so it didn't really. I like had to reread the sentence again to kind of like, okay, so it just forgot the S. It wasn't like my brain didn't just malfunction on this. The S wasn't there. And the other time it was they just kind of used the wrong word, so the sentence didn't really make sense until I reread it again. It's like, okay, this word was supposed to be in here. I mean, and that happens whenever it is that you kind of try to translate a game. I mean, everyone knows from like back in the past, all your base are belong to us. I mean, that's like one of the most notorious translation goofs that are out there for like retro games. So I could live with that. something that was kind of really bad is the way that they do the random encounters. Because I went through and was exploring the dungeon, got through an entire area, collected all the resources, explored that entire area, didn't get into one fight, went into the next area, which was actually smaller than the previous area for as far as like what the resources were involved and everything else, and got into like 4 fights. Like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, that is something that kind of would need to be addressed. I mean, and the game came out in 2024. So you'd think that over the course of this time they could have had a chance to maybe do an update to fix something like that. And something else that I kind of had to find out the hard way was, I don't know, I've been spoiled from it, and like from a lot of the games that I play, there is no auto save feature in this game. And so I found that out the hard way after I first started playing it for I got 4 hours or so inside the game, and because I got no guide, I just happened to go through and walk around, and I was like, what is this thing? I investigated it, and oh no, all of a sudden I'm into a boss fight, and my characters aren't even healed, so I got just utterly thrashed. And so it goes game over. When I went to click to continue, do you want the tutorial? I was like, no, I don't want the tutorial. So all my progress was completely gone. I was like, nope. I was upset. I turned it off, popped the cartridge out. I'm like, I'm going to a different game for right now while I cool down. So as I'm saying, it wasn't a bad game, but I just think because I loved this game so much, and this one seemed like almost like a clone of it. I think I was getting the expectations and just kind of projecting them onto what I thought the game should be. And I need to I'm probably going to have to try it again with coming with fresh eyes and knowing that it is its own game, and just appreciate it for what it is and not for what I think it should be. And I think that by doing that, I will find the game a lot more enjoyable, I guess. I mean, not like I didn't have a bad time with the game. I don't know how many times I can say this. Is the game itself wasn't bad, but I just felt that it should have been better, or it could have been better, because the premise of the game and the features that it has in it all sounds really good and really interesting, and it's just the way that it worked didn't click with me. So maybe I just need to give it a second shot, coming with fresh eyes after I've played a couple of games and coming back to it a little bit later. But so if you've actually played this game and you like it, comment down below that you what did you like about it that much, or even if you played it and you didn't like it, what was it that you didn't like about it? And we can have a conversation about that. And maybe, hey, even if you just comment if I really do need to give it a second shot, or if I'd be like, nope, that's a lost cause. Just put it there away and let it gather dust. Just throw it up there on the shelf and forget all about it. So I really hope you all like this video. Have a great night, great day. God bless you all. I'll see you all next time.